pull it off. Alright, well, we got Summoner's Art, which is a pretty cool card. Let's go ahead and get started with the Unbeatable Blue Eyes. We've got the toughest, strongest, the Unbeatable. We've got Trade-In, we can summon it. We have basically, we got double of them. Wow, that's actually really good. What we need right now is Imperial Iron Wall, and basically we have an Unstoppable Blue Eyes. I'm going to go ahead and banish and then summon one. I'm only going to set one of these right now, and the reason why is because, well, I mean, this card already automatically is really good. But when you combo it with the toughest, the Invincible, and the Unbeatable, you basically have an unbeatable card for that specific turn. Now, whenever I summon any Blue Eyes, I get to replace this card out on the board. What, you're going to do nothing? Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and activate this. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this card in the graveyard. So I can go ahead and activate that's effect. You know what's cool is I can actually I can send this card to the graveyard, summon a Blue Eyes, right? And whenever you spell summon a Blue Eyes White-Dragon, and the alternative does count as one of the targets for it. At this point, we can't really do anything else. I mean, I could set some cards. So he's going to take half, and even if he has a Gores, right? Or hopefully he won't have Battle Fader. Okay, good. But I mean, pretty much, like, I hope he does something. Otherwise, there's no hype at all for this video. Alright, so pre-prep. Alright. I wonder if he's playing the same thing, because it is something new and it just came out. Oh, Vendreads. Okay. So, there's really nothing in his deck, I think, that is a threat at all to this. And even then, I'm really trying to wonder what he could actually go for. Because this card makes it so it's unaffected by other card effects, except for its own effects. So, and then on top of that, whenever it battles anything, okay, preparation rights. Whenever it battles anything, whenever it battles, it can't be destroyed in battle, and it's immune to everything. So pretty much it's legitimately unbeatable by everything, with the exception of kaijus. That would be like the one exception to this rule. You could run Mask Restrict to make it truly unbeatable, but I think that might be kind of pushing it. But hopefully he'll go for a huge play, and then he'll just lose to this card, because that's what this deck does. There's not really that many explosive plays that it can do, other than you summon the card and you set the Unbeatable. And right now he's probably thinking, how do I get over this, right? But this card, by the way, is searchable, and I'll show you guys that in a second. So he's activating this, so it's summon Vendread. Okay, go for it. There's, to my knowledge, there's really nothing that deals with this, because he can't target it, can't be destroyed. So this card already like protects itself, but then you combo with this, and it truly is unbeatable, with the exception again of any like tribute your opponent's cards. But we'll see. We'll give him a chance at least. Usually this beats them in like 1 to 3 turns. It's not a deck that necessarily needs to even have a grind game. It's basically just summon this, set this. 100% skilled deck, man. Vengeance Striggies. I'm sorry. What does that card do? I don't know. Who cares? As long as not okay. So, or is it Striges? So after damage calculation, for battle, you can draw a card and then discard a card. Okay. But he can't really leave anything in defense, because I'm gonna do like piercing damage and it's double. So he's gonna discard target spell or trap and destroy it. Okay. So you destroy that. I'm activating this. Bam. Now I'm immune to everything in the game, pretty much, and anything that would affect this card specifically. And then on top of that, can't be destroyed by battle, already can't be targeted. So it can't be destroyed by battle, can't be destroyed by card effects, cannot be targeted. And whenever battles it instantly, he just said, what can I say? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's unbeatable. You couldn't do anything, man. I don't even. The thing is that I wanted to try to get some more like gameplay, right, of this deck, but there's really nothing that you can do. It's a towers deck, which is, if you open up with it, you win. If you don't, well, then you might just lose if you don't summon it within the first like 1 to 3 turns. I did get requests to do a video on it, and I know it's a mediocre like deck at the end of the day in terms of like to show it off, right? But I didn't really show off Imperial Iron Wallet. Not that it's necessary, but I'll explain it. So, first off, this deck build isn't very, I would say meta, but at the end of the day, dude, it's Chaos Max, very meta. Not really. But it is something dirty that you can run into, and I run Magical Mallet because, you know, sometimes having these cards is not really that necessary. Also, because everyone and their mum is playing Sky Strikers. In fact, I mean, it's not really that interesting. We destroyed the Sky Striker player. We were obviously playing that deck. It's not really a hype. That one I was like, it's not even good. But then I realized there's not going to be any good duels with this. It's either you summon it or you don't. So we destroyed the Sky Striker player. I was actually going to... Dude, he was not a very good Sky Striker player. Actually, I wanted to check his extra deck because I didn't think that... Okay, he has board load. But good luck summoning board load in that deck, honestly. It's not easy at all. To summon Borlow Dragon. I mean, you can steal your opponent's monster. He was playing an artifact build, which technically can make it a little bit easier, but overall, it's not a deck that I would say has the best matchup, especially because everyone's playing that deck. I figure, you know what, let's just go in. I'm a main deck, 3 copies of Winter Cherries. By the way, always hit this card first, because it's the one that just lets you add, and that's usually the card they go for. Or Kagari. Don't hit Hayate first. I'll definitely tell you that. But you hit both of these and the deck don't do too good. The support of the deck is actually still pretty strong. But anyways, let me go ahead and explain how it becomes unbeatable. These were cards I didn't even get to test out because I figured, honestly, I'm done playing this deck. It's not very hype. I tried to get some like good gameplays, but at the end of the day, beating Sky Strikers is one like I guess the more meta things to beat, but even then, like, it wasn't a very hype duel. But basically, let me explain this small little combo that you need to actually pull this off. So, since we're doing this live, you guys can tell me what you think beats this, okay? You guys that are in the chat, tell me what beats this, okay? But not Kaiju, okay? With the exception of Kaiju, which not everyone plays, but Kaiju's beat almost every, like, towers-oriented monster, right? So the main combo of this is to go for the toughest, the Invincible, the Unbeatable, and then you also have Imperial Iron Wall. Now, this card can search out any of your combo pieces minus Iron Wall. So the reason why you need Iron Wall is because the toughest, the Invincible, the Unbeatable, and what makes it the Unbeatable, even though it's beatable, Blue Eyes deck, is every time you summon a normal or special summon a AzneyesWhitedragon while this card is in the graveyard. Keep in mind that alternative can count. You could actually bump this up more copies if you want. Like I said, it's just a rough build. It was just something that I thought was kind of a cool idea to make an unbeatable Blue Eyes deck. But anyways, whenever you use normal or special summon a Blue Eyes while this is in your graveyard, you can set it, but you banish it when it leaves the field. But if you have Iron Ball, it doesn't ever get banished. So all you do is you keep on setting the card over and over, and your opponent, like, they can't play because it makes it immune until the end phase or end of the turn. Blue Eyes monsters you control this turn. So basically, it's immune, and what beats it? UFO Roid Fighter Power Bonded. Okay, guys, you got me there. Okay, honestly though, it doesn't beat it. Hold on, what is UFO Roid? Hold on. This is why I love doing it live, because sometimes you find these obscure cards. So, the original attack and defense of this card become the combined. Okay, so, I mean, technically you can maybe get this attack up really high, but keep in mind, guys, that you'd have to get over 12,000 attack to one-shot you, because you still take the battle damage. It is immune to being destroyed by battle. So, and also this card gets destroyed because this card not only protects your monster, but whatever battles it gets destroyed anyways. So, it says at the end of the step, it says also destroy any monster that battles it at the end of the damage step. So, I'm sorry, UFO Rider won't actually work. Unless, again, you're getting over 12,000 attack. Daiguso's Freeze. Okay, first off, no one plays Daigusos, alright? I used to see Gusto players like 1 out of every like 200 games, alright? I used to see it on like Dueling Network days. But I have not seen Gusto players. But, so it says, your opponent takes any battle damage you would have involving this card, and it can't be destroyed by battle. Okay. So I guess the idea with that would be just to leave it. Yeah, this card could technically beat it. Because I'd be taking all the battle damage. However, if I summoned alternative, actually you should probably play 2 alternative, by the way. I can just destroy this card, because I can still destroy this card via card effects. So, I don't know. Or I can negate it with like infinite not transience, it's impermanence now. So that would be an option as well. But, yeah, there's really very little things that like meta decks can do other than Utopia, but obviously they go for Utopia. If they go for Utopia, you just activate this effect and make so it's immune to everything. And as long as you can reset it, you just can activate it again, and then, well, they're out. And also, if you have to summon this, you can just pop Utopia anyways, right? So I don't know if that's like the biggest threat. Obviously, you can't activate it when Utopia is, going for its effect. But at that point, well, it's surviving for the next turn anyways. But yeah, anyways, let's go over the deck profile real quick. So we've got double Blue Eyes. You probably should be playing multiple copies of Alternative, but I threw in Magical Mallet here because honestly, like I said, I didn't get very many duels in with this deck, and I'll admit that. But there's really nothing else to show you guys other than you set this card, you summon Chaos Max. Okay. However, this card can actually help out with consistency. If you want to play it like, 3 copies of it and maybe 3 copies of Blue Eyes. I just wanted to, basically, I wanted this card in my hand like as quickly as possible so I could just like deal with the Sky Striker players. Although if you play against them and you activate one of these and you hit one, like sometimes they'll just quit. So keep that in mind as well. But I mean, you could hit this. Go against Petazoks, you hit that, they cry every time because they don't know what else to make. They're like looking at their extra deck like these other rank 2s that they probably never make in their life because all they do is make this, right? But okay, jokes aside. Anyways, I just say play double of each, or you can play triple, whatever. And then definitely triple copies of Manju. I played 1 Ash. It's okay. I just, like I said, you probably should be playing more copies of Ash, but I just want to I don't want to make those guys salty because I don't really like playing against this deck. It's really good though. But anyways, double White Stones, and then I'm playing 3 Chaos Max. You probably should fix up the extra deck too, honestly, and play like Azure Eyes and all the other Blue Eyes support that makes it more viable. But I'm playing 3 copies of Chaos Max, 2 copies of Desires, 2 copies of Trade-In, 2 Summers are 1 Foolish, 1 Reborn, 2 Mallets, 3 copies of Bingo Machine Go-Go. So this is a card you guys didn't get to see, but all it does is it acts as a searcher. So you reveal 3 of the following cards from your deck, and your opponent randomly chooses one from you, and you shuffle the rest back. So any card that is a Blue Eyes monster, or any spell and trap that specifically lists on the card Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in its text, you can only activate one of a turn. But you can activate this and search out whatever you need. The only thing you can't search out for is Imperial Iron Wall. You can search out this because it mentions Blue Eyes, so that's really cool. And it makes your deck really consistent. And then of course Chaos Form. Then I'm running 1 Twin Twisters just in case there's some random macro that I just don't want to deal with. Because I'm not running the other card that pops the... there's another one where you get to pop like Spell and Trap. I forgot what it's called. Blue Eyes, is it? If I could spell, it's Blue Eyes. Oh gosh, what is it? There's one that pops Spell and Trap. All right, there's one that pops Spell and Trap. I don't remember its name, but it exists. Anyways, then we're playing 2 copies of this so I can deal with Gokis if they go first. It lets you kind of respond to it. And then we're playing, of course, triple copies of Unbeatable. That's the point of the deck, is the Unbeatable Blue Eyes. And then 3 copies of Iron Wall so you can reset it infinitely. Although I don't think you need it. I felt like it just made I mean, if you really want to go like all in, you can't beat me. You could run something like, what is it, Mask of Restrict. You can throw both these in. If you get Mask of Restrict, Imperial Iron Wall, maybe one of these, and maybe like just Starlight Road. I don't know. Do people really even play that much back row these days? I don't know. Throw in a Starlight Road for against. No, who am I kidding? They're just gonna be playing Sky Strikers and be just popping one card anyways. I don't know. Run fake traps so you protect this. I don't know if that deck would even play Kaijus in the first place. Once in a while I'll see it, but for the most part you really don't need this against Sky Strikers, I would say, that much. But yeah, sometimes they might side it in, but that's the deck, guys. Most of the people will probably have a side deck in, but that, guys, is the Unbeatable Blue Eyes deck. And I guess oh, by the way, you don't have to use Chaos Max. You can make these cards immune also, but this is just like the highest like target that you want to prioritize when you're activating this card, indeed. But anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can tell me what you think about it. Again, it's not supposed to be a competitive deck. It was just something really cool. And Blue Eyes is a very like fan-oriented card, so a lot of people really like to see like what's the new Blue Eyes support about. And basically, there is 2 really good cards. This card is basically a searcher for the deck. Oh, I also wanted to mention with Bingo Machine Go-Go, you can actually select 3 targets of the same card. So if you really need, let's say, Chaos Form over here, you could just select 3 copies of Chaos Form. If you need this, you just select 3 copies of that. So it's a really good card for that aspect. But yeah, that is the Unstoppable, or I'm sorry, not Unstoppable, Unbeatable. It's the toughest, the Invincible, the Unbeatable, but it's still beatable. Although, I don't think that you need, if you guys want to like play the deck a little bit more competitively, I don't think you need Iron Wall. The reason why is if you already activate this once, you're getting that next turn for free, right? Like, your monster's more than likely going to be surviving. And if you reset the card, your opponent is probably going to be losing if this card is on the board for more than like 2 turns, most of the time. Another card I considered was something that moved things to defense mode because it has double piercing anyways, but those are like win harder cards. Again, this deck is meant for fun. Alright, but anyways, that is the Unbeatable Blue Eyes deck. But anyways, if you enjoyed it on YouTube, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button to see more fidget spinner videos.